So, right guys, today I'm going to take you through a basic pop-up, sort of the way I see it's done, my way of doing it. But at the same time, kind of run you through all the sort of stuff that I think you should consider to sort of look at as the kind of sort of things that are like common mistakes people do. Obviously I've been teaching surfing for a long time, been surfing since I was a little tiny kid, so this is kind of my method to what I think. Right, so first off, golden rules. Okay, so obviously board position, considering the size of your board, does change. Okay, today I was going to do it on a mat which is like 6 foot long, which is pretty much the same as my standard shortboard. So kind of the same basis for all pop-ups, whether it's longboard or shortboard. Okay, but obviously board position would change a little bit, obviously, for the size of the board. Okay, so first off, board position when you're lying down. So if I was on a 6 foot board, I'd be kind of lying at about this point on this board. Okay, so obviously, first off, first golden rule is your sort of weight distribution over your board. Okay, so obviously, when your board's in the water, okay, whether it's longboard or shortboard, the majority of the board kind of wants to sit level on that water. Okay, with the nose just flipped ever so slightly up. So it doesn't nosedive. Obviously, you are a little bit too far back like this. Okay, you're going to be pushing water when you paddle. You're going to lose your efficiency and you're going to lose 30–40% of your motion forward. Okay, at the same time, if you are ever so slightly further forward, you're going to find as you paddle, when you try and catch a wave, you're going to nosedive. Okay, so first off, board positioning is absolutely vital. Okay, so from that, your final adjustment in your board position, okay, wants to be done with your head extension up on your head and your neck. Okay, obviously, if I'm on a 6 foot board like this, I'd place myself roughly, okay, about here. Okay, I'd be up hyperextended in my head and my chest. Okay, so as you know, if I'm paddling into a wave early, I can stay up high to keep that weight distribution back. Okay, the more I drop my chin down and push down, okay, the more I'm putting that weight distribution further forward over my board. Now, this part of my body here probably weighs 25 kilos roughly. Okay, having it up like this or pushing it down like that has a massive effect over my weight distribution on my board. Okay, so for me, paddling into my wave, I'd be up like this, okay, getting my stroke going. Okay, things to consider: completely symmetrical over our stringer line. Our head wants to be set like if we were standing up with our chin in the same position. Okay, so we're looking where we're going with our paddle, okay, into our wave. We're paddling, we're paddling, we're paddling. First off, engaging our arms beside our rib cage. Okay, always take a note that your elbows high at like 90 degrees. Okay, setting your hands on your board. You want to be balanced when you're kind of ready to pop up. Okay, but setting those hands with no pressure. Okay, if we're setting those hands and applying pressure over our board before we're considering our pop-up, we're most likely going to start pushing that nose down under the water. Okay, so engaging the hands softly to where they are. Okay, keeping those eyes forward. Be ready to pop up. Okay, so we're comfortable low down all the way through, hitting our feet. When we hit our feet, regaining that balance, raising up slow. Okay, considering ankles, knees, hips, nice and open like we're walking forward. Okay, really gets that core of our body like we're walking forward with the approach to everything in life, walking forward. So if you're on board, if we're sideways stance, but open forward, you can control everything in our peripheral balance. Okay, things to consider, okay, is imagine we're lying down on the floor like this. Okay, we're on our board, we're paddling in. Okay, we're setting ourselves ready to go. Like, see it as you're lying down. Okay, when you're lying there, you have control until your feet hit the board, and you're standing up, you can't regain that control. Okay, because obviously a thing through teaching people for years, okay, I see people set their hands, okay, they're ready for their pop-up, they're pushing up to go, the board starts to feel like they're losing control, so they slow down, they kind of keep going, they regain the control, they go a little bit further, then they slow down to regain the control, and by this point you're very vulnerable when you're up through your knees, and you're not up to your feet. Okay, so if we're like this, imagine we have that ball, we have a ball in our hand. Okay, we have total control over that ball. As you chuck that ball into the air, okay, it's left your hand, you don't have any control. As the ball hits your hand, okay, you regain the control of that ball. So imagine that when you're lying down, that ball's in your hand until you hit your feet is the time where it's in the air. As you hit your feet, it's back in your hand, you can have control of that ball again. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Okay, so simple things. Once you're up, obviously sideways stance, just over shoulder width apart with your stance. Okay, but key, knees, ankles, hips, nice and open forward like you're walking forward, which means the front shoulder of your stance, you kind of lead ahead, but much very open in your core. So you're going forward, but you haven't got a choice on a toe side or a heel side rail yet, which kind of leads you open to whichever direction you want to go from the start.